And I'm joined now in the spin room by someone on the short list of candidates who could be selected as Donald Trump's running mate, the Florida Senator Marco Rubio. And Senator, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I want to talk about the appearance of everything as we've been talking about, but what Daniel Dale just finished when he went through every single one of those points. Does that give you pause?
Well, first of all, some of those things, like the last one he talked about was the VA Choice. The VA Choice program has actually not been fully implemented. It's been undermined in its implementation. So I think what Donald Trump is saying is that basically this was in place, it was expanded, the Biden administration has actually slowed it down and impeded its implementation. I don't remember all 30 of them he went through, and obviously we don't have to go through the Biden ones either. Suffice it to say that I think tonight, we all are in politics. I'm in office, you guys cover it, but there are millions of people watching who basically want to ask themselves, were we better off under Trump or were we better off under Biden? Did I have more money in my pocket? Was the world safer and more secure? Was the country safer and more secure? And I just think more and more Americans are concluding that they were better off in the 4 years Trump was president than in the 3.5 years that Biden has been president. And I think that's the core issue of this campaign that's going to decide it.
Even with COVID?
Well,
it was bad.
Yeah, COVID was bad, but Trump didn't create COVID. COVID impacted the entire planet.
But that was how people felt. That was what they lived through.
Sure, but I mean, what does Trump have to do with COVID? He didn't invite. And on the contrary, I vividly recall when he implemented the travel ban from China. I want to say January, maybe February of that year. It was Nancy Pelosi and people like that were criticizing. I think Biden called him a xenophobe for the China ban, and we wish we would have done it earlier in hindsight. He invested a massive amount of money, which we had to do, in Operation Warp Speed, that came up with not one but 3 vaccines. So if you think about our efforts and the Patient Protection Program, which is bipartisan, but his administration was a key part of, saved Main Street America when everything was being shut down, including states that were shut down for a year. So even those things he doesn't get enough credit for. But obviously COVID was an anomaly in human history, something that happens once every 100 years and hopefully never happens again. But overall, people have recollections of those years in which they had more money in their pocket. That's a fact.
So I want to ask you about some things as you sit here as his surrogate that he said tonight that are important to you. And I want to start with NATO. The issue of NATO came up and what he thinks about NATO. I want to play that for you, Senator.
Okay.
This is a guy who wants to get out of NATO. Are you going to stay in NATO?
Are you okay with that? He shrugged.
Well, I think this is the negotiator in him. I was in the Senate when he was the president, and he would talk to these guys, not like a politician would normally, but he basically is trying to negotiate so that our partners do more. Interestingly enough, the Eastern European countries all punch above their weight in terms of how much they contribute. Poland is an example. The Western European countries have been slower to come to the table and do more. Now, Germany's got going after the Ukraine, and others have gotten going a little bit more. But the truth of the matter is that NATO has been an unbalanced alliance for a substantial period of time. And we tolerated it during the Cold War, but now I think that has to be re-examined. So it's not so much about getting out of NATO, but you have to use some sort of leverage and negotiating tactic to force countries to have these massive social safety nets to spend a little bit more money on their own defense.
So you see it as negotiating. I mean, I know you led legislation that would have required an act of Congress before a president of the United States could withdraw the country from NATO.
Sure.
Did you do that because you were worried about Trump?
No, I think that Congress has an important role to play in an alliance, which is basically a treaty. But by the same token, I would tell you, and I think, by the way, Trump is not the first president in American history. Virtually every president in American history has complained about the Europeans not spending more. And why would they? They have these massive social safety net programs and they don't want to take money out of that and put more into their defense. Some of these countries are highly capable of doing more. You look at the attrition of French military capability and other other military capabilities from multiple European countries.
Well, they're offering to put troops on the ground if necessary.
Well, but you need to invest for 10 or 15 years. They can't even get their troops there. We would have to transport them, as like we had to do when we sent them to North Africa, or help them by getting their troops to North Africa. These are legitimate points. If we want to have a strong NATO, every country has to do their part, and that's what he's saying. And I think he should have as much leverage as possible to get that done.
So you're sitting here. You're a surrogate for the former president. This is the most important event of this campaign so far. There's supposed to be another debate. We don't know if there will be. This might be it. Are you the VP?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that. And no one's told me I am. I haven't have any reason to think they've even been thinking about it this week. But we'll know who it is at some point in the next 2 weeks. And the good news for Republicans, and I'm sure you've had others on the air tell you the same thing, but it's the truth. We have 8 or 9 people that I think could do a great job. It really comes down to who the president thinks would do a good job. And either way, whether I'm in the Senate or I get a chance to serve in the executive branch, I want to be a part of these issues that we're facing at this moment in our nation's history because they're that important. But that's his decision to make.
So can I ask you, because there's one thing I want to get, you and the president, former president, both live in Florida.
Yeah.
Now, according to the Constitution, state electors have to vote for a president and a vice president, one of whom shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves.
Oh, is that still in there?
That's still in there. So Florida, you can't get the 30 electoral college votes in Florida if you've got 2 people from Florida on the ticket. So would you move? Would you establish residency somewhere else?
Listen, that would be presumptuous of me to talk about that. No, the job has not been offered to me. I am not the vice presidential choice. No one is right now. And we'll cross bridges when we get to them. Tonight is about the debate. I'm not trying to evade you. I honestly don't know who he's going to pick. And, you know, those are things that you have to make a decision on. Then we'll figure out whoever it is that they pick, what it is they need to do to make their candidacy possible. But ultimately, I think, and I'm not trying to get back to this debate because I do think it's an important night. Maybe this is the last debate. I don't know. I hope it's not. But if it is, I think there's an element here that, look, I don't take glee in it in saying this, but clearly the president struggled tonight. And I do worry about the impact that has in Beijing, in Tehran, in places in Moscow, where adversaries see that and perhaps feel emboldened to be more adventurous in their attitudes towards the United States because they feel our president is somehow struggling. And that's not a good thing for our country. And I think that was painfully obvious tonight. And I haven't watched what people are saying on the shows, but we saw that tonight. And I do think that's a factor here. I really do.
All right. Well, Senator Rubio, I appreciate your time and thank you very much.